What's up, Walking Dead heads? Thanks for joining us tonight on the Broken Dead. Sorry, this is not the Walking Dead. I don't want to get in trouble for that. But tonight we are talking the Walking Dead for season 11, episode 16, and you can either call it the part 2 finale or the mid-season finale, whatever you like. But we've got some news, teasers, and some speculation about what's to come for you. This is the Broken Dead. All right, guys, so I am Dylan.
I am Quin.
You've been holding that for a while. So thanks for joining us tonight. Whether you're new to the show or returning, we're glad to have you guys along for the ride. So we hope that you will join us live on just about anywhere, really. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Trovo, Twitter, wherever. For the Broken Dead, this might... I don't know if we're going to do like a recap next week. I hadn't decided on it yet. It's been a long weekend. But this is our coverage of the mid-season finale. I'm not exactly sure when the next one's coming back because, like I said, it's been a long weekend. But when we air, it will be on Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Typically-ish. Yeah, even though it's a Monday. Like I said, it's been a long weekend. We weren't able to, last night I was on the road, so. All right, so please like and subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you know when we drop new episodes and when we go live. That's the way you can keep up with it. You just click the bell and that way you know, and follow us on Twitter and everything.
I am the bell. Click me. Click.
Okay. All right. So are you clickbait right now? Are you baiting them?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. My bad. All right. Also, don't forget to check out that website at www.broken.pictures.com.
We don't write any of these.
Yep. This is all straight from the hip, just off the cuff. However many other things it can be off of. Yeah.
Yes.
We shoot from the hip.
On shot first.
You did. So did Maggie.
So did Maggie.
So any special notes, just stay healthy out there. Let's say congrats to my son that I saw graduate boot camp for the Army this weekend. So congrats, Josiah. Super proud of you. It was amazing.
Congratulations.
So, yeah.
I was trying not to clap loud.
That's where I was this weekend.
Yes.
Out at Fort Benning. So, yeah, amazing. It's like a whole freaking city in there.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, they got like their own theater and everything. It's nuts.
They make it so they do not have to leave base.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Friday was there, drove all night Thursday night, get there Friday morning for the graduation. Then I got to spend some time with him and left Sunday morning after breakfast and drove all day because we live in Northwest Arkansas. It was like a 10-hour trip or more, depending on how many times you stop because, you got to stop and stop and eat and whatever. But whatever other fun things we see. So, yeah, I got back super late last night, so couldn't have recorded. That's why we're here tonight. Thanks for doing this, Quin.
No problem.
So, yeah, I just throw Quin's schedule to the wind. But, yeah, that's all I got. You got anything else?
No.
Oh, and my nephew's birthday was on the 29th.
Oh, I do have something.
Happy birthday, Zach.
My grandmother's birthday was on the 30th, so happy birthday, Mom. All right.
Happy birthday, Mom.
She won't watch this, but hi.
Yeah.
So,
Too much blood for her like it. I would imagine. I don't know.
oh, cuss it. All right. Oh, it's me again. Actually, hold on. If you haven't left now, this is your only chance, because this is your spoiler alert. In this episode of The Broken Dead, we'll be talking about episode 16 of The Walking Dead. If you haven't watched, it's called Acts of God. If you haven't watched that, pause this, go watch that, and then come back. Listen, you have been warned.
That's right. You've been warned. This is where you want to be. So definitely come back, watch the show. Had a lot of great views this past week, so a lot of momentum there. But I mean, it kind of sucks that the show is taking a break. It's going to go on siesta.
Yes. So it's going to go on siesta. It sure is.
All right.
I am, but I'm like watching myself.
Like you're pedaling with your hands.
I was pantomiming with myself, and we were doing great.
Cool.
It looks like this got so weird.
That's fine. It's fine. Give me something to do. When it's just me, it's super boring. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Also, back to me again. Season 11, episode 16, Acts of God. Ow.
I haven't done that in a while. So.
Dang. Maggie prepares to defend Hilltop and the people of Riverbend.
Yep.
Against Hornsby. Or, you know.
I was trying to hit that before you read the description, but it didn't.
It's all good.
My bad.
Yeah. Or Two-Face, we weren't calling.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. I even gave him the thing, and he's like out there.
Did you catch the weird thing that happened with his face? We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh no,
he's
I'm
like
just
talking like this.
Yeah, that. I was like, what happened to the other side of your face? Do you have a straw? All right, okay. Let's rate the episode. I'm gonna give this 8.5 coin flips out of 10.
8.5. Wow.
Yeah. Only for one reason. The pure theatricalness of him becoming Two-Face was too enjoyable, actually.
So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say 10. I'm gonna give it 10 because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually, like I said, it's been a long weekend. I didn't have time to watch it this weekend. I worked 12.5 hours today, watched the episode, and here we are. And so I literally just watched the episode, and I thought it was a great ride. I thought it was very, very fun, and especially the very beginning that was like very, very like horror, like old school horror-ish. Like that intro was like great. So I'm gonna say 10. Oh no, not Marcos.
Oh no, not Marcos. That, in all honesty, that's actually why it's not a 10 for me. Is because we didn't get a significant death.
Marco, though, I mean, Marco's like a fan favorite, though.
I'm like, Marco?
Yeah. This dude followed me on Instagram like a couple years back, and like I didn't realize who he was. I thought he was just a fan, and then I like he even commented on some of my stuff, and I was like, oh, this guy's kind of cool. And I went and started looking through his stuff, and I was like, this MFer's on The Walking Dead. It's like, this is Marco. So a super cool guy, man. Hate to see him go. But, I mean, it's the last season.
It's the last season.
You know. But, I mean, like you said, it's like, okay, everybody's got plot armor. Who else are they going to kill at this point? It's not going to be Maggie. It's not going to be Negan. It's not going to be Daryl. It's not going to be Carol, unless those are fake outs. Yeah. I mean,
I thought there was an arm behind my arm when I was grabbing the water bottle. I was looking
to get your prescription checked out.
Yeah, time for me to go. All right.
Maybe it's your shadow like Peter Pan.
There's a whole thing about that. Let's not and say we did today. So yes. But yeah, where should we start? Start at the beginning. The beginning was one of those this scenes later in the show scenes is what it was.
Yeah, and of course we see the body there with the blood, and that's the, oh no, who is this?
Yeah.
Not Marco.
Not Marco. And it was...
I mean, I would have, like, no offense, but I would have preferred, like, I mean, I know we don't see Marco very often, and we've been seeing him past couple times. That's why it's like, oh no, he's this poor guy. He just started getting seen again. But I mean, kill off Elijah or somebody else. Like, I mean, I don't know. The guy is just there to be a love interest for Lydia at this point, and be a ninja, I guess.
I could have killed Lydia. Whatever.
Yeah. But they're working her love interest up, which is. At this point, it's like,
why would you work a love interest up on the end of the show?
Just to kind of give it a like, give them a happily ever after, maybe.
That's what epilogues are for.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Well, I was about to say a long time ago.
She's gonna end up with Elijah anyway, so they had to kill off her current whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not upset.
Kill off Marco to make room for Elijah, basically.
Yeah, I'm not upset with the show. That just the one thing that like stung me. Like, all right, whatever. Everybody's fine, I guess. Cause like, what a swerve it would have been if Maggie died.
Yeah, for sure. Like, as soon as he stood up and was like, "All right, guys, let's go," I was like, "You sorry." It's like, why do they have to make it so freaking obvious? It's just like everybody's ducking. It's like. All right, guys, let's do this. Like, really? Like, nobody's that dumb anymore.
No, a lot of side and back of the head headshots.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple things about it that kind of stood out to me. It's like, in no world is Maggie Rhee, who is a badass in her own right. In no world is she going to go toe to toe with a mercenary who has been in the same apocalypse as her.
Even if you're farm strong.
She is farm strong.
She is
no
farm
kidding.
Strong.
But man, a lot of character growth for Maggie in this episode.
It was.
But man, all that just to bring Leah back for that? Like, like, I mean, I'm sorry for my voice cracking, but I mean.
So we're here. All right.
Jesus.
For majority of the episode,
they tried to make her a fan favorite, and it just wouldn't happen. So maybe they were just like, okay, fine.
Let's just put a bullet in her head. For the majority of the episode, we were
had to be Daryl.
We were following, Daryl, Gabriel, and I was about to say Herman. Who the hell is Herman?
Who's Herman? You kind of look like a Herman now that you say
it. Aaron.
Airman?
Herman. Aaron. Do it again. As they tried to make their move, but it ends up turning out like them over here and Maggie trying to fight for Hilltop ended up just like meeting in the middle at the end of this episode, leading to its climax.
The lucky bastards never crossed paths, though.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine? I mean, well, I guess Daryl and them were like 20 miles out or something like that, they said. But they still ended up like back that direction.
Yeah. After they made their move. Because lo and behold, old Two-Face was up there. Up there.
He's still Harvey now, okay?
Harvey was
Lance Dent.
Up there flipping coins. Call it. All right.
Like, even the stormtrooper was like, all right, fine, tails, I guess. Like, everybody's already sick of this shit. And they just started it.
First time he did it, was like, but it turns out behind, like, every single time, just never on camera. That's how he makes every decision. Call it.
Literally, there was like a whole squad. And he's just like, all right, you, call it. And by the time he gets to this guy, when we see him on screen, he's already got everybody split, and he's down the last guy, and the guy's like, why? Why? It's like, just count us off A, B, A, B, A, B. But then, of course, people in the Walking Dead world would be like, A's and B's, A's and B's. What's the A mean? What's the A mean?
Super heck yeah, they would. Oh man, damn. So I did have to go into the kitchen, and at that time so what he split the groups for? Like the one group will be
one group went with Daryl and them, and one group went with Leah and them.
Okay. So and all right, that makes everything disconnected. Okay. So Leah and them.
You know we're from the South, we're like so and them.
So and them. Leah got her little group of stormtroopers, and she's like, all right, y'all ain't wearing that. Put on these. You're gonna look like my people, so I can
I've
cry.
got some spray paint in the back. All that white shit.
So put this on, and we're gonna go do some mercenary work, do some wet work.
Yeah, Black Ops.
And they all were like, oh yeah, cool.
Immediately, boom! I was like, so when they did that, I was like, shit, they just blew up the freaking mansion, man.
Yeah.
Like, wow. And one of the things Angela Kang said at the end of the episode was that Maggie is kind of getting away from being attached to Hilltop, like that location so heavily.
Yeah.
But like, okay, I get that, but at the same time, where's she been?
Yeah, where's she been?
You know what I mean?
She was already
out there
not
feeding
attached.
her child spiders.
And horse.
Yeah.
Here's your spider and horse stew.
Yeah.
Herschel, enjoy it.
It's all for you, Herschel. Everything I do.
If you see a bad man, I want you to point a gun at him and shoot him. Point blank, hit him. End him.
Eat your spiders, honey.
What is with me? Hit him?
Get him. Go on. Get him. Get him. Get
So, she's been gone, but she's, I guess, you have to, I don't know. I guess it's to, only thing I can think of this would be is it's another string that she has to cut before she can go to New York.
Yeah, I mean, I get that she's tied to the location because that is where Glenn is buried.
Still.
And last episode, when I think it was last episode, the whole showdown with Lance going
that
into
was
Hilltop.
definitely last episode.
And putting his hands on Herschel.
Yeah.
Herschel was like coming from Glenn's grave.
Yeah.
So he just kind of hangs out there, which is super cool, but kind of like.
Yeah. Sorry I never got to meet you, Dad. Tears! So Leah's group, after they got suited up, was like, oh yeah, we look super cool. We're gonna be like so stealthy. We're just gonna get in here. They got blew up, and I got to see what a crispy walker looks like.
Quick, what's that noise again? Chicken and waffles on the wall.
And then we got.
I said chicken.
I don't know why I said chicken and waffles either. Maybe because of the way his
You
face
said
looked.
crispy, so immediately I was like chicken and waffles.
I'm happy that's a buzzword for you for chicken and waffles. I guess, I don't know. Crispy, I think Kentucky Fried.
Chicken.
Chicken. It's still chicken. All right. I'll give you that. Marco got...
Polo.
Well, Marco Holo in the back of his head-o.
I can't believe you said Marco Holo. Oh my god. Bro. That was so quick. You got me. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I'm running off very little sleep, guys. I apologize. I might be a little delirious.
It's all good.
Oh my
So he went down.
Bro. That's got to be a shirt now.
Ow.
Speaking of, we'll check out our merch. We've got a Grown Man Judith shirt out there.
Sure do. I haven't got to say it much this season. She's been pretty normal kid Judith.
I know. We've got old man Herschel.
Old man Herschel.
He's just like, I'm doing it for you, Herschel. He's like,
please show emotion, son.
just
Thank you,
We
Mama.
even got last week. We even got like Herschel stay at the house.
There's so many things. Like, Herschel's a gold mine. So what happened after that? Then they went to the woods, Maggie's group, and what did she tell them to do? She told them to go on.
Yeah, so they went. Basically, they went. For whatever reason, Negan is living in a hole in the ground with his folks. I guess they just moved out of the thing and started digging, or they had this location.
It was a whisper hole.
Oh, what? Yeah, I remember he called it a whisper hole, but I didn't know that's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
but that makes perfect sense. That
yeah.
he would know a good place to hide.
And Lydia would too.
Yeah, and of course, it's stuck. Help me, Elijah. Help me.
I got it right here.
Did he speak? He never speaks.
He never speaks.
Except for kill him.
The only time. But yeah, and the weird thing was they were all just kind of down there, just like some goddamn Silence of the Lamb put the lotions on its skin hole. They look up, oh, light. Yeah.
That's what basically Herschel gave them. He was like, you put your lotion on his skin, Negan.
Or else
That bad man.
Or else the bad man gets the hose again. Just him, nobody else. So, yeah, then just Negan and his wife come out. I don't think anyone else came out the hole because we don't see anybody else come out the hole.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And
they're just hiding down there.
Yeah.
Keeping safe until Lance and his cronies blow over.
Yep. And he's like, we'll watch the kid, but my wife's pregnant. I'm not gonna go out here and fight. So you.
Well, I mean, he wanted to do it. He wanted to fight, and she was like, no, I have to do this myself, Negan.
And Negan was like, cool. That's fine.
There was a nice little moment, but I mean, it's been building to this, and we've seen it, so it's just, I don't know, it just felt a little out of place or forced, even though I knew it was coming, and I knew it was going to happen. I don't know, I guess it's maybe, like the announcement of their show is still bothering me. It's like, I really wish I had not seen their show announced at this point, because now everything I see is just like, oh, they're just.
Yeah, it kind of ruins the mystery of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Although it was nice seeing him, I got you, Maggie Reed. You got big balls, Maggie Reed.
Hell yeah.
It's like, what's that Black Sabbath song? I've got big balls. She's got big balls.
Well, I got big balls around here. So then, yeah, she leaves Herschel with the whole people, because it's not Riverbend anymore, it's the whole people.
Yeah.
And
the whole group.
The whole group.
The whole group.
She leaves them with the whole group. And are you saying whole group or whole group? I'm saying whole group.
Oh, no, just with Marco.
Just with damn.
Poor Marco.
Poor Marco.
Be getting the whole jokes the whole show here.
Damn, Dylan.
You said Marco Holo.
I did. I did.
That's strike one.
But then they go back out into the woods. Meanwhile, Daryl, Gabriel, and see, I was about to call him Herman again. And Aaron.
There's got to be some. I've got to figure out this connection. Like, why is he Herman?
I see Herman. And Aaron.
Paging Mr. Herman. Paging Mr. Herman.
Were making their plan to escape and waited for their moment, and they quickly and savagely massacred the folks that had guarding them.
Are you talking about? Yeah. Like, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
This dude almost got taken out by some walkers because they got Batman shanks on their arm.
Cause yeah, the guy who designed is like, These will look so badass.
You know, somebody in the apocalypse was like, yeah.
Yeah. This is it.
It's either Shredder or Batman. I mean, what else?
Only two. But, you know, they seem like a detriment. And it also seems like, for them being fully armored, they get killed very easily.
Yeah, I mean, in this situation. But, yeah, hell yeah. Give me some Batman forearm claws.
And some skates. Just
sharpen them bitches and... Could you imagine just in the apocalypse riding a one wheel, just like
you like at the end, Power Ranger pose.
Wow. Oh man, that's like the only type of group that they never faced was like the skater horde. You know? Oh my god! All I can think about it. Have you ever seen Return to Oz?
Yes.
That freaky one with the dude, the wheelie guys.
Uh-huh.
That's all I can picture is like that. Those wheelie guys in The Walking Dead.
I see that.
That'd be great.
That'd be good. Dang.
And instead of like a helmet with a face, they just got like a whisperer face, just like.
Missed opportunity. Whispers on skates. Whispers on ice. Walking Dead production this fall.
Sponsored by Disney. That's the next announcement.
That's the next announcement.
Yeah, that one will be Aaron and Gabe. The Herman Show.
Hermans. Why do I keep? I have to figure it out now too. But yeah, Aaron got shot.
Yeah, he got grazed. The way Gabe was like running, it looked like he got shot too. Like he kind of like winced and took one. It looked like in the gut maybe, but then there was like no follow up.
Yeah, when they were doing their slow-mo walk, everybody was
besides
his arm.
I got to give it to him. Like this episode to me felt more Walking Dead than The Walking Dead has felt in a long time.
Yeah.
And I really loved, like, it felt, the way it was shot and the way, like, the cinematography of the episode felt like a horror movie, which was great. We haven't seen that in a long time.
So
less soap opera, more horror. Yeah, absolutely.
The one thing that I feel like I missed in the episode was I know it's called Acts of God, and it has to do with the locusts. So what did the locusts do? They were just there?
They were just, like Angela King said, it was more a environmental thing to kind of add like the creep factor.
Okay.
But it would have been nice to kind of play it in somehow. But
yeah.
But she did say that it seems like it might be a sign of more to come. So maybe, because you know these locusts, where they come out like every 7 years, every 14 years or something.
Yeah.
So.
And then they eat everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, could see that playing into somehow with all these, you know, because I mean they've played with nature a little bit, just like man versus nature, as far as like just being in the wild and stuff. But like we've talked about before, like what about the rampant growth of like wild boars?
Yeah.
You know, like that type of thing. Like we haven't seen them just like run up on a horde of boars in the woods while they're out there all the time. You know what I mean? Like we don't see any of that where, you know, the animal population would be obscene right now.
Yeah. I mean, not to be on this for too long. I feel like it might be give and take with it, just like how we have hordes of zombies. If a horde of zombies runs across a horde of boars, they're eating all the boars. They're eating the boars that they can eat.
I don't know that they could take boars.
I mean,
I think the boars are eating the zombies.
Oh shit! I mean, I forget pigs eat everything.
You need some hungry boars, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll call a scientist.
I mean, also like bears, like
there's also
all
bears.
these like cougars, like all these aggressive animals. You're telling me that, like I could see a horde, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way we've seen it recently, where there was just like 1 or 2 or 5 kind of spread out, there's no way. There's no way it's taking them, or they're taking it.
Yeah. You know? That's also true. I'll give you that one. But I feel like they've also been in more, even if you're, it doesn't matter because in like 1776, I keep using that year. It's just my default year. They were developing things.
Oh, bless America.
they were developing things and they had to deal with nature. So, but there's also nature plus zombies. But I guess, I don't know. There's the possibility, low possibility, that when the Whisperers were around, just in the area around Alexandria and everything, because they said they can't like find food and like game is short.
Yeah.
That the super horde that Alpha had before they like really ran across it, like every time they were like doing the little circle mess to like make a small medium horde or whatever.
Yeah.
They would, use animal. They would like take out animals while they were in the horde.
But then how do you get the meat? Because if the zombie's getting it, the walker's getting it. I can't say zombie for this show, but if the walker's getting it, there's
I don't
nothing,
think they
you
were.
Can't have it. You know what I mean?
I don't think they were caring about that. Honestly,
Just taking them out, just to be taking them out.
If it's like a actual predatorial animal,
Yeah,
yeah,
I could see something like that. But I don't know. Even just like with the zoos and everything. Could you imagine that population? I mean, just think about like the pythons that people like pets that people just let loose in Florida, and now it's a intrusive population.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Messing up that ecosystem.
Like the whole ecosystem of America is screwed, just from
I think
just
also
from
that
like
too.
state parks that have other things, other animal. Well, state parks have local animals, but I was just thinking like a snake in a cage or whatever.
Yeah.
A rat in a cage.
So I mean,
but yeah, zoos. Like
There's-
reptile houses, like all these animals that are not indigenous.
there's
Going
screw
out
of
there,
population
yeah.
because also if they've been like caged up for however long, they're gonna be like, oh, I get to be a crackneck lion again.
Yeah. Or
Then-
some of them, granted, would probably die in there without their caretakers, and they're not wild animals.
Yeah.
But they're without upkeep on things, they could get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or without the electricity on certain things or whatever.
They could easily get out, and there probably is in like certain places, like
Ezekiel had a
for
sheep.
for shits and giggles, like Joe Exotic Zoo, quotation zoo.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
tons of little shit kicker
There-
zoos like
yeah.
this all over the country.
all over. There's tons of tigers, lions. Alex, name something with teeth. It has it.
I mean, we've got one out here close to us, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not saying it's a shit kicker zoo, but I mean,
It's a small zoo that you wouldn't like. Say
it's
is
not
the-
like a zoo. I mean,
Yeah.
it's basically just fields with fences built up around the
Yeah.
animals, and that kind of situation I could see where they could get out, but not something that has like an enclosure like down in a pit necessarily.
where you keep a grizzly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that stuff, yes. But like the zoos that are just out in the middle of nowhere in Oklahoma, or down the street from us, whichever.
I think it's called Turpentine Creek. Does that sound right?
But they could, definitely
Which is
get
a cool
out
place. I've been
because definitely get out and cause a problem. And then also along with that, because I feel like if you're like in a animal
People
that's
who
like
have those things in their houses.
yeah, and they're not like they're never gonna be fully domesticated. Like if they're out there long enough, their instincts start kicking in. They'll start being whatever animal they are again, and
Especially 10 years in, where they've had babies and a couple
yep.
generations by now, possibly.
yep, that could be also the other reason why we don't have a lot of like deers and other little animals or whatever, because they keep eating them.
Possibly.
So I mean, but then it also means they're just out there, and it'd be really cool if they had to just deal with like a pride of lions.
That would be super cool. I mean, I know the budget for The Walking Dead, which is why they had to kill Shiva off like that. But
Yeah.
Because,
Making a CG tiger is...
But at the same time, how many damn spin-offs can you afford? You can't just give us one show with all these great CG things. I mean, come on.
Or a movie, whatever. Who knows? No one's talking.
Like the Rick movies that never came.
Yeah, you know, we're not saying anything, but whatever, fine.
Yeah. Which might end up being a Rick Michonne spinoff at this point.
Who knows?
Just give us closure.
Just give us closure. But Daryl, I remember what I kept trying to say. One of the other things, and I thought Aaron was gonna get bit by a snake because they showed that shot of the snake.
Yeah, what was the point of the snake? They didn't go anywhere with that.
No,
they're just like, oh, this is cool. Let's put it in there. Like,
yeah.
I get that. Like, personally, on a personal level, I get that. But like, story wise, like that was a wasted shot, man.
Yeah,
like, what is the point of this?
I was like, oh, snake, he's about to get bit. That's
I mean, was it supposed to be like symbolic of Gabriel in sin and striking from behind the bus with his knife into the guy's leg in the next scene? I'm reaching.
Super, yeah.
I
mean,
totally
are you though? Are you though, Dylan? Because it was a black snake.
I'm pulling a Quin here. Gabe's new name is Black Mamba. Yeah,
and he snuck up on the guy with the knife. I am the Mamba.
He just starts talking to himself. I heard the voice of God.
You just see him like he's now always running in the background, just saying, "I am the Mamba."
That would have been super cool. Like go the whole Strand route that they did with Fear, like making him the big bad.
Yeah.
Where he just kind of like goes off on that. That would be fun to. That would have been fun to explore.
Yeah.
Because, dude, did he go off on, like, I thought Aaron thought he was going to have to put him down.
Aaron was like, let me make sure this is nice and tight. So, yeah, Aaron got shot in his nubby arm. And ended up, I couldn't tell if the bloody rag was was it a trick, or was it them like him actually...
The tracking,
yeah.
I don't know, because it was like a white rag and nobody was wearing white.
Yeah. But they found the house.
Unless Aaron got me almost saying
Herman.
Herman. Maybe he had it wrapped up in some kind of gauze that I don't remember seeing it, but it might have been there.
Yeah. I think at one point in time he did have it wrapped, but I thought it was blue. I thought he like tore apart his shirt and wrapped it.
Maybe.
So I don't know. But they ended up, fighting them in the cars. And then I don't think we saw them. Did we see them in more of the episode besides the end?
They were with Daryl, and they like made their way back.
Yeah.
And then of course
Daryl was trying to make it to, I guess the one thing I think I may have missed a shot, or they just didn't have the shot in there, was Daryl trying to make his way back towards Hilltop, because they said they couldn't go back to Commonwealth. Mm-hmm. But how did he end up back at their house, him and Leah's house?
Was it him and Leah's house?
Is
that where Leah took Maggie?
That's where the rugs were. I recognized those rugs.
Yeah. Well, okay. So remember when they were digging around in the ground, and they were like, "What's that?" It was a bracelet.
That's right.
And that's it. He was like, "Leah."
Yeah. So that's why he
took off.
All right. Now, okay, it all connected back. That's why he figured to go there, because it's all connected. So it was close enough to where it's like, oh dang, Leah was here. So then he went there,
which they should have just killed her off. Like
he should have. I mean, we'll get there. Well, I mean, they already know. They've watched the episode, but
yeah. Have they though? Did you go back and watch the episode and come back like he warned you? Or are you just being spoiled right now?
I think you're just listening.
You're so spoiled.
Spoiled babies. It's okay. You can go get the milk bottle. So Leah captures Maggie. after her and Maggie. Maggie's a crack shot. I'll say this. Because, like, if you look, when they met in the woods...
He used to shoot wall rats off. She's basically Maggie Skywalker.
Maggie Skywalker. Like, Maggie up there in the woods, just up there, she sees a walker. I thought, for a minute, like, she knew the walker, but she was being very quiet. The walker... Yeah,
I guess she was just hiding out from Leah. But yeah, for a second, I thought maybe it was like, oh, she's giving her the sweet treatment.
So, but then they're up there walking. Hey! They didn't say hey. But Maggie whips out
immediately gives away position. Hey! Poor Marco.
Damn. Marco. Hello. But she fires one off first. Hits the tree right where Leah's head would have been.
Mm-hmm. To be so, like, to be a mercenary, Leah's not that great, or wasn't being that great. It's like sneaking between the trees. I mean, I don't know. It's like, because she knew, especially once Maggie fired, like, that was it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like,
she could have, like, waited for Maggie to run out of a cliff or whatever.
Because the last time we saw her, she snuck up out of nowhere on Lance and the whole crew, and now she can't figure out how to get away from Maggie or sneak up on Mandy.
Or maybe it's
Maggie.
See, you're doing it too with other names.
Yeah.
Now.
So, I mean,
I think she wanted to, like, really take her head on and, like, face to face. I have to kill you. I can't just kill you.
I mean, yeah, they kind of made that point. Like, she went the whole, like, arch nemesis villain route.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm gonna knock you out, but I just want to watch you wake up.
Down to the point of, let me tell you my plan.
Yeah, exactly. And just, like, totally fell for the whole monologuing and getting her riled up. And also, like...
You don't know how to tie a knot?
I know! Thank you!
You don't know how to tie a knot?
I mean, I know Maggie's a farm girl, but, like...
Farm girl don't make you Houdini.
I'm saying!
You don't know how to tie a knot?
Now, Maggie has been tied up a few times, though.
Shout out to
with
Glenn.
The governor. What?
Damn.
No, bro. Not what I meant. But okay. Okay. All right. Wow. All right. I don't know what this sound is. I'm just going to push it.
It's appropriate.
Yeah. It's like, what?
So...
Man, that's why she misses Glenn so much.
That's why. Where did replacement Glenn go? Did he get killed? Remember replacement Glenn?
Oh, the Asian guy she was riding in that thing with? I don't know.
All right, well. So, but yeah, she wiggled her way out. She said, damn it. Don't laugh, Quinn. It's not funny yet. She wiggled her way out and swung on Leah. And it was like, the safe word was pineapple.
Wow.
And then they started fighting over the gun. And Maggie, like, kind of got her at first. And I think it was just the element of surprise that got her. Because Leah then was like, this is all I've been waiting for.
It's a whole lot of angsty, like, brooding from Leah. It's like...
Yeah.
Like, how many different angles are they going to show Leah just, like,
brooding?
Holding the gun but not firing on her? It's like she's just, like, concentrating so hard to try to break Maggie's plot armor.
Yeah.
Couldn't make it happen.
I see your plot armor strong, but my newest technique will end it.
She's trying to go all Charles Xavier on her.
Or something. But she... I also don't think she was one to kill her. I think she was one to just, like, even though Maggie was just buying time, you know, like, make it even, an eye for an eye type of thing.
Yeah.
Killing
and of course we got a little bit like in her mind about like how she's dealing with Negan and how that pain won't fix it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, which was also very good, which is just alluding more to the Negan Maggie show.
Yeah.
But Leah finally got the upper hand and whooped up on Maggie.
But that I don't know. Maybe I just messed up, but I love it when somebody has that knife position and they're just like slowly sinking.
You're not. I mean,
I don't know what it is. Because I was just like, ooh, Maggie gonna get sliced up.
He's about to die. Because it's such a slow way to die. Because you feel it breaking through everything as it's going. It would have been getting weaker. Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
It would have been really nice if she had it like right there, and then Maggie like did one of those like wrestling moves where you to kind of pop her up, and then it just like in her shoulder and pinned her down. That would have been amazing. Like make it like the threat real right there.
That would have been cool. And
then she just like starts twisting it, and then Maggie's screaming, and then Daryl rushes in.
All right, well,
and then sorry, Leah, you died.
Yep, Daryl came in and said, "No, you can't hurt her plot armor." Bah!
No, and like the third shooter is like the most overused cliche in action adventure, that type of
and
stuff.
There's a special or something on Netflix with what's his name? Pretty face, not Todd Glass.
It's not Lance, not anymore.
Not Lance. No, can't think of it. It's a guy. I can't remember his name. I see him in stuff all the time.
Pretty face.
Rob Lowe.
Okay. We know your type. McDreamy.
Ow. So yeah, he does like it's a show on Netflix talking about movie cliches. I've been meaning to watch it.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I didn't watch it yet, but I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. So go watch that, I guess. We could do a show on that.
On the cliche?
On the cliche.
That'd be fun.
That'll be fun.
What did we just talk about? Oh yeah, he said this. When they cool that one time that thing happened? Yeah, that was cool. Huh?
That was me. Ow.
That's basically what we do on YouTube anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, he shot Leah. He didn't have any remorse about it. He wasn't sad about it. It's just something he had to do.
I mean, he told her, "Don't make me change my mind."
Mind changed. Pakow. That's not what guns sound like. But yeah. And then right after Daryl picks up Maggie, who is looking like god dang Rocky Balboa.
Oh my gosh, yeah. When she was punching her, like that was like at one point it looked like she connected, because you know how like, you know, people throw their head with whatever, like her head like rocked. Like I was just like, damn.
All right, got a broken clavicle now. Orbital bone. Maggie got jacked up.
Yeah.
Herschel going
which is good for the character, because now we kind of have sympathy on her after she's been so unlikable.
Yep. She walked back up to Negan and Herschel. They go, damn!
Like go Friday.
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Damn!
Oh man, this is a crazy night. Maybe we should be doing this on Monday every night. Cause that shit is. So
take these buds away from this way. But
anyways, yeah, Maggie got her shit handed to her.
She did. And I think that was the end of the episode on their end.
She got her big balls kicked.
She got a, yeah. She's like, damn, plot armor hurts.
Yeah. Just ask Rick. Where is he? Not dead. We know that. I mean,
not dead. Lance shows up. Lance, I guess Daryl shot out, or he made glass fly in his face.
Well, no, he saw Lance and like shot through the window at him, and that's when we saw the window.
Okay, that makes sense.
Shattered.
And then Lance gets hit.
Yeah, because I saw Lance dip, but I didn't realize he had hit him until we see that.
He turns around and, what are you doing? I'm like, all right, the transformation's almost complete. And lo and behold,
what was it on Pan's Labyrinth when they like cut his cheek open like that?
Yeah. Cool. So we'll save that for the little montage thing. But back in Commonwealth,
he scratched your hand. It was you scratched it real good. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Probably should have called you out like that.
You're fine. Commonwealth. Yeah. So.
Yeah, man. Like Commonwealth, they got it.
Yeah.
Like even though I knew it was gonna happen, like just seeing like the unfurling and everything, I was just like, damn.
Yeah. It was really cool. It was. So Eugene and Max,
and even Hilltop, it was like, damn, like Glenn's body is in there.
Yeah,
it's just like, bruh.
So is Abraham still in there?
Oh,
we just keep forgetting about
poor Abraham. Yeah, Mother Dick. Oh, Mother Dick. Who's dead? Oh, I miss Abraham.
Man.
Trying to make pancakes with you.
We've lost so much. We've lost so much.
Dolphin smooth. All of it. Bruh. Man, we need another Abraham.
Awesome. But, yeah. So, Eugene and Max are together.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yeah.
We're happy about that.
My man got...
He got something.
He got a kiss last week, and apparently it led to a little bit more. It was nice. My boy Eugene got the hot nerdy chick.
Yeah, good job, Eugene. You did it. Live the dream.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now be careful. Don't make any weird comments about somebody being bald. We don't want Will Smith to come and slap you.
Oh.
Doesn't cancel the universe. Or whatever is going to happen. It's fine. Bring it. I have it. Just come for me.
You can't say bald. It's the fancy word, alopecia.
Is that... Time out.
It's just the scientific name for like losing your hair. It's not... She's got an autoimmune disease. It's like she's losing her hair. That's all that means. That's all that means.
It's all right.
And I'm sorry.
That's
a soapbox that I'm not getting into. People are probably sick of that, and I don't want to.
He's like looking at it, wants to stand on it, but I
do. Ooh, man, I got a lot to say about that, but it doesn't matter. Everybody's heard it already, anyways.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
So anyway, we're gonna just zoom past that.
Okay. So they are together.
You had to drop it in, though.
I had to drop it in. They're together. He asked her to steal.
I'm sorry. Just the fact that she's up early in the morning, reading a like a physics book or something, and he's like, "What you reading?" He's like, "Oh, just physics." Just like that is like they are so perfect for each other. It's like knowing full well though, she's one of these women that like after the first she got up, did her face up, and was just sitting there like, "Oh, I'm just reading physics."
Oh, that's wonderful.
Not, she was probably actually reading it, but I'm just saying, she got up and did her makeup.
She super did.
Yeah. Sneak it out of the bed and go brush her teeth so she smells good. And he gets up all like...
He gets up.
He's got his hair pulled up like...
Always looking like Eugene, and I'm like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Makes me wonder about this man's love life beforehand.
Her name was Lefty. That's about all I can tell you about that. Remember him watching, right? Watching Rosita and Abraham, dude was a creep.
Everybody's come a long way today.
Yeah. Long way. He deserves it, man. That's my boy.
Good job, Eugene.
Remember when we used to do Eugene Decoded?
Yeah.
Because he's like, it was just like these long monologues of Eugene be like, yeah, and the extra, the quotient. Like,
what are you saying?
man.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, Max stealing things. This is also where I had to go into the kitchen because I was making breakfast. What did he ask her to take?
So she was getting some records so that they would have some sort of dirt on Pamela.
Okay.
That they could print.
Okay, now this all makes sense. Mm-hmm. So she's up there. Pamela's in the office, talking Pamela things, blah, blah, blah. It actually doesn't matter what she's saying.
I really think Pamela was like so on to her.
She super was. She wouldn't have asked that question before she left the door if she wasn't.
Mm-hmm. I fully expected her to walk back in or just like hang out there for a second and we get like a look. Just like a lingering look,
Maybe she senses Sebastian. I mean,
maybe, I don't know. Sebastian looked like he was
strung out on some stuff.
Yeah.
I was feeling that too, and I was like, wait, they got drugs in the apocalypse?
Remember, he said like he sent them in the house, and he's like, man, they got all the good shit, and he starts naming all these drugs.
I'm like, oh, okay.
They got somebody like up in a house somewhere making meth,
and nobody to stop them. God dang Walter White up there just. We need to do this correctly. Come on, Jesse. Just, dang.
You know that's like tied in with the Walking Dead world, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah, because at some point during the Walking Dead, I want to say Norman, but Daryl said something about, I think it was Merle's old dealer was this skinny kid that used to say bitch a lot. And then one of the bags of meth that they found had blue meth in it. Yeah, because they're both AMC properties. They
crossed
low key tied it in. Yeah.
Just do it. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Let's do it. I mean, dang, that's really cool. Actually, that's cool. I didn't know that. Thank you.
There's probably a lot more to it. That's just all I remember at the moment.
You're about to send me down a rabbit hole when I go home.
You'll be sitting on the toilet like...
Damn, screenshot. Send.
If you're working on your TikToks.
So yeah, she goes in the office.
It's like the best place to do research. Get that blood flow going. Wow. Okay, we're about to jump the shark here.
All right. She gets the file, then Sebastian walks in and, looking strung out. Is my mom mad at me? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to bump into you. She drops the file.
Like, I gotta make an appointment to see my mama? It's like, yeah, because you a little bitch.
A little bit. I thought she was about to really go off on him. I was kind of hoping she still would, just to, throw him off. I was like, no, that'd be suspicious. I'd be suspicious if you do that to me if you don't like
Nobody talks to Sebastian like that.
Yeah, no.
Not even, he'll send you on a mission.
Yep, he just vanished. So, yeah. But he, gave up the fight pretty easy, let go of the papers, and he was like, all right.
Yeah, it got a little heated there. I thought for a second that he saw what it was, but then again, he's strung out, so I don't know if he would have
actually
understood what he was looking at.
Yeah.
Unless it's one of those moments where he sobers up real quick because he's like, oh, hey.
Yep. Then she brings the files back to Eugene, Connie, Kelly, there we go. I was like, I'm missing a name. And Magna. And they're going through everything, matching up names with the list that they have, with the list that's here in Pamela's files.
I think Max and Eugene were at that meeting too, weren't they?
Yeah, Max and Eugene were there. And then someone knocks on the door. And then Mag was like, yeah, I asked him to come because I thought, it would really help out with all this. And I'm like, oh, who is it going to be? Part of me, I was like, my brain's first thought was like, Yumiko?
I was thinking maybe Yumiko's brother,
Yeah.
or somebody that we wouldn't really expect, but they threw us a curve by throwing in the person that we would expect.
Yep. Just there, a silhouette, dreads hanging, pose. I came in as soon as I could.
And he even threw one of these up.
Yeah. It's like, all right, let's go. I got my network is ready to go. I'm like, network?
I'm saying.
What have you been doing?
That veterinary hospital, bro. He's been working it.
But
I mean, we talked about last week that Ezekiel, and the other guy with the E name, old Zeke might be the guy that gets killed off, and if he becomes like the leader of the resistance or something.
Yep.
But I mean, now it's looking very strong that they might be leaning that direction. So you might have called it.
Woo!
Getting the Sebastian death there. Because, man, Sebastian is all over the place. He's got so many enemies and so many people that he's having run-ins with. Because, like, even like with that moment with Max, where if it comes out that he puts 2 and 2 together, that Max is the one that gave him the information, then she could be on his hit list.
Yep.
I mean, anybody. He's a brat.
No, that's a hit list you want to be on. It might be an actual hit list.
Yeah. Because I mean, so in the teaser, did you see the teaser where Pamela walks in with a stack of these papers that Ezekiel made, saying Pamela's lying to you or something, and she throws it on Max's desk.
The montage at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was it a montage at the end? Oh, okay. I thought it was a teaser for next episode.
Oh, it was
there is no teaser for next episode because we're gonna have a huge break, and they probably I don't know if they've even announced when it's coming back yet because it airs next week or this coming Sunday, and that's probably when they'll talk about it.
So that news will be released soon.
Yeah.
So Ezekiel comes in. That's the birth of the resistance. I was like, I just want to play Star Wars music right then. It was like, so it's like, here we go. The final act. The stage is set. Let the players play. Yeah. And so
Well, I was kind of like, okay, so there's got to be another resistance because that's not what Rosita found earlier.
I think it's one of those things of where you have like the silent, peaceful protesters, and then you have the armed militia activists that want to just kill everything.
Yeah, and that's what Rosita found because it was target practice.
Yeah, but I feel like some of that when they were howling about, depending on how much there is a little bit of a skip. There might be maybe like a couple weeks, I feel like. Because I feel like next time we see Maggie, she's going to be healed up. Unless they just start us right where we left off. I feel like some of whatever, kill everything and peacefully use the newspaper is going to blend together. And then I feel like that's going to... There's going to be like, that shaky moment where like everybody's like, no, we need to do this. No, we need to do this. And then you have the voice of reason. Whoever that voice of reason is, they're getting shot in the chest.
Yeah. I feel like that might... Like, I still feel like it might be Mercer.
I mean, it could be.
Because he's kind of the hero of Commonwealth.
Yep.
But, I mean, I don't know. If the whole Daryl Carroll show is a misdirect, and he's actually going to go play Ghost Rider in the MCU, who knows? Yeah. I mean, he could still do that because they just finished filming.
Yeah.
And he's got a huge break before they even start doing that. So, I mean, he could still do both, probably.
Yeah.
Because, like, Oscar Isaac is doing Moon Knight, and he's doing other stuff all the time. Literally and there's no, like, formal contract for him to move forward.
Yeah.
For other things right now, so.
Then, yeah. It's possible. We'll keep our ear to the ground and see what other news comes. But the montage at the end, we had Pamela walking in, stack of papers, throw him on Max's desk, give him like, "Do you see this look?"
Yeah. I couldn't suss out if it was a "I found you out" thing or if it was like a
"Look what they're doing."
Yeah, you are my friend. Look at this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Kind of like how she, what would I do without you, Max?
Yeah. Max turned around. That was the point. That was the point where Pamela was like, something's up. Because when Max was like, we could use some of the money to start a scholarship fund for the less fortunate, Pamela was like, the fuck you mean?
You get one F-bomb. That was it. A PG-13.
So, she was looking at her like that. And then Max is like, okay, I see how it is then. And she turned around just in silence and just like kind of raised his bones like, I don't feel bad anymore about what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, she needed that. Because she did seem, even though she, she told her lover that she was down with it, I think she is still feeling something.
She has some doubts because she's like, Pamela's a good person. She hasn't given me a reason to not think she's not a good person. And then...
So let me set her up because I know she's going to say no to this.
let me test this real quick. And then, so yeah. And then that's the one part that we missed. But the montage, Pamela, came in, threw the papers down. There was just music playing, so we didn't really have any audio. So we don't know what the deal between Sam and Pamela is. It's a 50-50 shot. I'm hoping it's... Look
Sam?
what they...
Sam and Pamela?
I did say Sam.
Max and Pamela?
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't smell toast.
Samela?
Samela? I don't smell toast. Or why did I say Sam?
I don't know.
I
I don't know. You've been saying... I almost said Eugene, but you've been saying Herman the whole time.
Yeah. Oof. All right. Maybe it's a good thing Walking Dead's taking a break.
Give your brain a rest.
So, yeah. But then we also get the Welcome to Alexandria sign that's faded, and then that nice, crispo, cleano Commonwealth insignia.
And that's from the comics, right? Like,
Yep.
they take over.
As, they up there, stormtroopers. These aren't the droids we're looking for. Keep walking. They walk back into Alexandria. They close the doors, setting up Lance's HQ. And then they show Hilltop that is basically destroyed and abandoned.
Yeah. Which was like, that's why Negan was like, Maggie, there's not really anything, like, this is a shithole. Like, you're fighting for this.
She's like, yeah, I'm just trying to save the people. Be there. So, but then also, Hilltop is then made into a Commonwealth point of operations as well. You got the insignia fall. You then you see somebody getting pushed along, and like they tell them to get in line, and you see the Oceanside sign out back there. And I'm like, ooh.
They finally showing us Oceanside just so they can kill them off.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm like, are they about to kill all them?
They pulled a Marco.
Yeah. God dang it, Bill. And then Lance walks up, flipping a coin, scar on face. Now, I'm coming for you, bats.
Bring me the Batman.
And he finally got his city state. So
Lanceopolis.
We got one big bad. I think one big bad's gonna be taken down by good old fashioned fighting, and that's gonna be Lance. And the other big bad is the hierarchy of Commonwealth itself.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily
political intrigue.
Yeah.
And all that.
I don't think it's necessarily Pamela just yet. It could easily become Pamela, but I think it's just the hierarchy of Commonwealth.
They got to take Sebastian down. I think that's really what they're going after is Sebastian's kind of like hold on things.
Yeah.
That he can get away with what he does and the power that he has over people to... And, well, I guess to a certain extent, also Pamela's classism.
Yeah. So that's the big bad. It is, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. So they're mixed, and that was kind of like a lot of some of the problems that people had with the end of that storyline. Is that this is a zombie story, and suddenly we're talking about classism. It was just like kind of like out of left field.
I mean, it's showing the contrast of the world that they live in now with the world that they used to live in, because that's like it's in the most direct way you could possibly do it.
Yeah, and it's a really clever way to talk about that, but I feel like they probably just lingered on it too long, and it was only that in the comics.
Yeah.
But the way they're doing it with the show right now, where they're they have two fronts, and they're giving us the firefight and the blood and the knife fight and all this stuff. That I think that balances it pretty well, because I still felt like this episode was really good, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think Lance will be a very
the moments at the beginning when they were doing like the slow motion and the running and the dark and all that kind of stuff. I was getting like season 2 dictatorship, like when they were on the run type thing, and I was just like, oh yeah. Sorry, my voice is not doing it.
It's all good. But yeah, and whatever they have planned for these last 8 episodes,
Yep.
we will see it play out into however it plays out.
Yep. So obviously no known title for episode 17.
Episode 17. We don't know.
Yep, there you go. So yeah, this is the end of the part 2 of the part 3 format, or 3-part format rather. Getting a full 24 episodes, so we've got 8 more to go. This is the final season trilogy, is what they were calling it at one point. I hadn't really heard that. But yeah, of course, if you're watching AMC Plus, you have seen this, and if you have not, then this will be out there for you when you get ready to see it.
Yep.
As far as spin-offs go,
there's a ton.
I'm hopefully this coming Talking Dead, we get, because it's a finale episode, we get some real information about where things are going, because they're leaking, or not leaking, but they're releasing these spin-offs left and right. And maybe some start dates, or what's going on with the Rick movie. Like, because last we heard, it's still going, but now there are rumors that we're getting a Rick and Michonne spin-off potentially instead. Like, and I'm actually kind of game for that. You know what I mean?
I'm down for that too.
Yeah, because they were going to do the Rick films they're going to be films like in the theater, but like right now, like streaming is so popular, and of course the pandemic kind of changed how people watch movies, and and granted the theaters are coming back to a certain extent, but
in short, you want somebody to watch your stuff, put it on a platform, and they will click it.
Yeah, unless they're going to do one of these day and date releases like HBO Max did with all their movies this past year.
Yeah, didn't mind it.
I mean, that would still be nice to see it on the big screen. I mean, they've done that a couple times with premieres, but nowhere near me. Of course, we got the Maggie and Negan spinoff, Isle of the Dead, where they're going to Manhattan. We've got the Carol and Daryl spinoff. No real news on that, even though Daryl did drop a hint that I heard in Charleston that they're dealing something on the roof or whatever.
Huh.
Yeah. So like they're dropping little hints about like where they might go or that type of thing. So now we know Leah won't be on their trail. So I don't know if they're going to have a big bad or if it's just going to be like man versus nature type stories, or just them encountering weird things, kind of like The Walking Dead when it started, I guess.
Yeah.
And we've got The Walking Dead Origins spinoff supposedly coming, and Tales of the Walking Dead spinoff coming. And there's been big casting reveals for that. Supposedly there's a comedy Walking Dead spinoff that's like Lower Decks type, Rick and Morty type.
I'm about it.
And of course, Fear the Walking Dead returns on April 17th, so that's coming up.
Isn't that Easter?
Yeah, it's probably Easter weekend.
Okay.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I'm not 100% sure. Because Dead in the Water is supposed to be a direct spinoff of Fear, but I haven't heard anything on that recently. As far as Walking Dead news, we did get a little bit of news. Of course, Norman Reedus, during the filming of the last couple episodes, he got a concussion. He went back to work. Everything was fine. But they did film the final episode of The Walking Dead this past week. That's it. No more new episodes. Like, they're done.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah. And, of course, there were sightings of Andrew Lincoln a couple weeks back of being in Georgia, and there apparently were sightings of Chandler Riggs on the Walking Dead set recently.
Ooh.
Chandler Riggs, Carl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never actually knew his name. All right. But yes.
Oh, what? Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these things would make sense if they're teasing out Rick and, the spinoff, and then we get memories or something, or flashbacks, because Carl was the thrust, what? The relationship between Rick and Carl was the essence of what The Walking Dead was about, trying to keep his family safe.
I don't know what I said.
What?
I don't know what I said last week. No, you don't remember, huh? All right. Well.
Say it again?
You don't remember, huh?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
So I said, Rick and Michonne meet up again, and they just do a whole bunch of weird stuff with zombies, and zombies start to mutate, and then they find a clone of Carl.
That would be nuts.
That'd be nuts. Because he's much older, so these memories are gonna be weird. So I mean,
I don't know. I mean, they can still harken back to what did he say at the CDC in like season 2 in Rick's ear that they never kind of addressed, but they've kind of played with the idea of like a sci-fi element with things like that, like why it started, how it started. So if they start digging into that, we could very well get into some of that possibly. But I mean, it's going to piss some people off, obviously.
That's fine. The main show's over. You ain't got to watch it no more.
Yeah.
That was for me.
But everybody's going to be like, what? This is a sci-fi show? I thought it was a horror zombie show. Was Rick got a lightsaber?
It is his... Rick, use the Force.
Han Solo.
What was I about to say? I forgot. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Oh, he tested all of them, didn't he? The scientists at the CDC in season 1.
Oh, I don't remember. I remember him saying that, like, that's where they found out that it wasn't like a virus in the air or something. Like they were all infected.
They're all infected. I feel like he did. We'll have to go back to everybody. Because if he did, long stretch, bear with me. If he did, then their test results and their DNA, in a sense, would be on file. And then you could, if you get back into the CDC computers, like the genetic makeup of a person, you could use that and basically all right, I need this, a little bit of this, and then this, and then make a little cocktail and then put it in an embryo and then clone.
I mean, because we don't know what type of spooky science the CRM is into, because they were in Fear. Before I stopped watching it, they were testing like the memories and what kind of memories they retain and for how long after death.
What they found out?
I don't know. But yeah, we know that they were tested because there was a regiment that they went up against where there was like a young guy and they ended up killing him, of course. But he was like it was like a science unit. They were testing. They were basically bringing people in and killing them and chaining them up and just and taking notes on how this happens, and they were doing like experiments with people
on some Resident Evil type mess.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, so I mean stuff like that. I mean, I like that part of Fear but I mean Fear had its obvious problems.
Can't tell me nuclear zombies doesn't change the game.
I mean that's where Fear is right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. They could have fun with it, and with Scott Gimple being over it, who knows where they're going with it? Because I mean,
so I'm all about the super weird stuff. I don't mind like.
I mean, just have fun with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just want to know who is Terry Crews playing in Tales. Also in Tales of the Walking Dead, we're getting more information or more story with Alpha. Samantha Morton's returning as Alpha.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I guess the Walking Dead Origins spinoff, from what I understood when they announced that was going to be stories like these past characters that we were familiar with, kind of fleshing out their stories a little bit more before we met them in canon. But it seems like that they're kind of merging that potentially because according to this Variety report, that's exactly what they're doing with Tales of the Walking Dead, because she's coming back to Tales of the Walking Dead. So maybe Origins got nixed and it's all just going to be they're just doing that through Tales of the Walking Dead. I don't know, but it's a hell of a lot of spinoffs. Yeah. Making money off of AMC Plus.
Yeah.
By the way, Apple, please get your Apple TV shit together. Because when I'm trying to watch an episode before, like yesterday, if we were recording last night, I wouldn't have been able to watch the episode because my AMC Plus subscription is through Apple TV. And remember a few weeks ago when we started back for part 2, I couldn't watch The Talking Dead, and I thought that somehow AMC Plus discontinued that on there and that they were screwing around. No, that was just Apple TV. And then last week where they got the description completely wrong for the episode, Apple TV, like there's some kind of disconnect there. And there's a glitch. Apple, get your shit together, please. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Please and thank you.
I tweeted it. Nobody answered, and then I was on the road. I was riding, but I was trying to catch a nap, so I wouldn't have some sleep. But yeah, they like in the next couple hours it was fixed. So I mean, surely I'm not the only one that had that issue, but yeah. I'm pretty sure they didn't just see my tweet and be like, "Oh shit." Dylan said,
"We got to take care of Dylan."
Yeah.
Don't know what this is. I get those Twitter fingers.
No, I thought you were playing video games. Like, posting, like, typing that, tweeting.
All right. Anything else?
I can't think of anything else. Just watch our Twitter and our social media stuff, and you'll know when we're coming back for part 3. And potential other things, just depending on where things are and if any big news comes out. So surely something is going to come out next week. So maybe I'll drop in and do something. It doesn't necessarily mean Quin will have time to drop in or whatever. Just depends on how big it is and how much we want to talk about it, and maybe how much feedback we get from you guys. So that would be great, to actually get some feedback, guys.
Yeah. I mean,
so, yeah, if you've hung on long enough to watch this far in the episode, at least drop a hi in there for us. Let us know you've watched this far.
Hey.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys. And so yeah, Usually our normal time, Sunday, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you're into Marvel stuff, you can watch our Moon Knight coverage on Thursday nights. So please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon so you know when we drop new videos and when we go live. And yeah, don't forget to check out the website at www.broken.picturesno.com. I'm Dylan.
I'm Quin.
And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.